And welcome back. You know, Michael Jordan has meant so much to the city of Chicago and to this Bulls organization. So when it comes to his final game in the United Center, he wanted to clear his thoughts with none other than the Red Man, Johnny Red Kerr.
Michael, you come back. This is going to be the final ride. The fans are waiting for you out there, and I know it's going to be a great ovation for you and a truly stirring time of your life, reliving a lot of things that happened there. But you played in the two buildings, the old Gray Lady, now not with us anymore, the stadium. What was, can you bring back one top highlight that happened in that building?
I think it would have to be the final game when Bobby Hansen hit that three to help us come back.
In Portland, against Portland.
Against Portland. I mean, that, and the crowd and the place just seemed like it just erupted. And that symbolizes what Chicago Stadium could do for inspiration of a team. When Bobby hit that shot, we went 16 points down, and we rallied back to win that game, and I think it was unbelievable. That's the biggest memory that I can remember about that place.
Okay, now you come over here, you miss a couple of years when the building opens, and when you do come back, you win 3 championships. What was your biggest moment here?
That I hated this building. You know, I compared it to Chicago Stadium, and I never felt the same type of comfort, but yet we had some similar success. And although it was a change of the guards in a sense, how the old buildings were being replaced by the new buildings, and a lot of the mystique was being left behind, and you had to start over with the new buildings and how it became more like a mall. And I never really got as comfortable in this building as I was in Chicago Stadium, and that's the biggest memory that I can remember.
Recently, you just passed Wilt Chamberlain. Jabbar's up there. You passed Chamberlain now, and he scored 100 points in the game. I saw the game in Cleveland. He scored 69. He scored many, many more points. Did you ever think anything about a 100-point game?
No. I think someone asked me about that. I said, with the way the game is, I can't imagine him scoring 100 points, because when I scored the 69 points, I was dead tired, and it was a lot more energy used. I mean, obviously, a big guy, he could get close to the basket, and it wasn't quite as demanding. But in terms of the way the game has evolved, for a guy to score 69 points is still a lot. I can't imagine one guy scoring 100.
All right, we talk an awful lot about your offense, and you were on a defensive team, all-defensive team for many, many years. One play stands out for me. I don't know, you may have a favorite, but it was against the Bulls. You were in a Washington jersey. Ron Mercer had the ball. You had the ball. Mercer took it, went the length of the court. You chased him. You caught him. I don't know how you put it in second gear. You caught him and actually went up and took the ball out of his hand. Is that one of your favorite memories of defense?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it shows persistence, because I was pissed that I turned the ball over. And secondly, I felt like I had to pursue and stop the mistake that I made. And I had a similar play in a playoff game against New York, where I stole the ball, and then they stole it back from me, and then I was able to run down and knock the ball away from Xavier McDaniels with the same type of energy, where part of it was embarrassing that you lost the ball. Secondly, it was the attitude that, being that you made a mistake, you want to make sure that no one capitalized on it.
All right, listen, I saw most every basket that you scored in this building, and most of them that we did on TV, and I wish you were going to be around a hell of a lot longer than you're going to be.
Well, good things come to an end, Johnny, and believe me, I have been truly blessed to be drafted by Chicago. When I first came out of college, no one thought I'd end up here in Chicago. At the time I decided to go pro, everyone thought I was going to Philly. And it's amazing how things change. I come to a city that I knew nothing about. I was very scared and nervous coming into a big city, small guy, a guy coming from a small city, and it turned out to be one of the most unbelievable rides for me. And the good thing about it is I continue to live here. I got some deep, deep roots here. Even though I end up my career playing here, I look forward to spending the rest of my life here in Chicago.
Chicago's #1 athlete of all time, Michael Jordan.
Indeed he is, Red. Michael getting ready to play his final game in front of Chicago fans. We're getting ready to wrap it up. Bulls Priest, stick around. More after this.